Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's episode of Theme Park News. And in today's episode, two major theme parks have merged to become one giant theme park. Three parks have decided to stop doing year-round operations. They're going back to seasonal. Guests were evacuated off of one of the monorails at Disney World. And a dead body was found at a theme park in Colorado, although this could have ended up much, much worse. All of these stories are in today's episode of Theme Park News. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and get right on into the first news story, and that is from three theme parks that have decided to forego, their year-round operations that they actually just started this year. These three parks are Cedar Fair parks. They include Carowinds, California's Great America, and King's Dominion. All of them had gone year-round this year, 2023, but they have decided apparently that is no longer going to be the case because starting next year, they will in fact be closed in January and February. Like I said, these are all three part of the Cedar Fair group. They will no longer be opening in January and February. As somebody that is from Virginia, as a kid, we went to King's Dominion, and this is in basically the middle of Virginia. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to do year-round operations. I looked it up because I know it gets cold up there. The average high temperature at King's Dominion in January is 46 degrees. That's the average high. So obviously you may get a little warmer, but it's also going to get lower. If the high is only hitting the mid-40s, who in their right mind wants to go to a theme park and ride a ride that you're going extremely fast outside? And I mean, that's got to be the most uncomfortable day to go to the park ever. So I don't know who thought it was a good idea to even implement this from the get-go, but apparently they realized this isn't a very good idea. Plus, guests had mentioned that the staffing was real low because it's mostly teenagers that work that. The staffing was real low on that. A lot of the things were closed. Just all around bad idea. So yeah, they will not next year. They will in fact be closed January, February. That's Carowinds, California's Great Adventure, and King's Dominion, no longer going to be year-round theme parks. All right, and a bit of news from Disney World, and where if you're not a fan of heights, this is not the ride you wanted to be on. The monorail Yellow apparently busted a tire, had a flat tire blowout when it was taking guests. The ride stopped, would not go any further. Well, not really ride. The train would not go any further. Guests had to be evacuated off of this one. It happened. Guests that were going near the Epcot, hub. The passengers said they heard a loud explosion, probably the tire busting, and they had to be evacuated. The Reedy Creek Fire Department, which is Disney's own fire department, had to come up, and they had to use hydraulic lifts to rescue the passengers. Obviously, they're up high, get them off there. So like I said, if you're not a fan of heights, that probably wasn't the most fun thing for you. Nobody was hurt or injured during this, so it's just kind of an inconvenience. But yeah, they did have to be evacuated off the monorail Yellow the other day at Disney World. All right, and two major theme parks have announced that they are merging together to become one super park, and I'm talking about Cedar Fair and Six Flags. Both of these theme parks have merged into one, although the name going forward will still be Six Flags. So I guess really Six Flags, I don't know if they did a 50-50 or Six Flags kind of, bought them out, but it will be together, but it will be under the Six Flags umbrella. They have merged into one company. This company is now worth about $8 billion. So definitely no small change on this one. It becomes official next year, sometime in 2024. And they will have a total of 42 theme parks in 17 different states in the country. So they will be, as far as number of theme parks, they will definitely be the top theme park in the country. As far as guests total, I think they may still fall behind Disney World and or Universal, but in the amount of parks available, they will definitely be number one with 42. Like I said, they will operate under the Six Flags name that is going to be going forward. There was no mention of whether they're going to be changing the names of some of the parks. Like I mentioned in the previous story, Cedar Fair has things like Carowinds and King's Dominion. Not sure if that's going to change to King's Dominion or Six Flags at King's Dominion, something to that effect. They didn't mention that, but it will be kind of under the large, Six Flags umbrella. So basically, I guess it kind of works out a little bit because now they obviously have intellectual properties that each of the two share, and they will now be able to kind of incorporate this on all of those parks. So yeah, coming in 2024, Cedar Fair and Six Flags will become one company. All right, and a bit of really scary news coming out of Colorado. Theme park employees at the Glennwood Caverns Adventure Park in the morning happened to find a deceased person, a dead body. This was in the women's room inside the park. They found a 20-year-old man. He was not identified, but a 20-year-old man had been found dead in there. The park was closed over the weekend by police. Apparently, they say they believe it was from a suicide. The extremely scary part was that the person that killed themselves in the park, and it didn't explain how they got there. Not sure if they snuck in overnight. But the person that killed themselves was dressed in like full tactical gear. He had a helmet with him, a bulletproof vest, and was armed to the teeth apparently with a rifle and a semi-automatic handgun with just tons of ammo. So obviously the thinking was apparently, that he probably was going to sneak in at night and was going to commit a mass shooting at the park for whatever reason. I guess when he got there overnight, maybe decided against it and just killed himself instead, which in the realm is a bad thing. But luckily, it was before he decided to go out and shoot a bunch of people. So it really could have been much worse if this person had gotten out in a crowded theme park with a bunch of obviously high-powered weapons and ammo. But yeah, he was found dead. They also said that the police said that they found IEDs near him and also in his vehicle. So this was going to be something that could have been much worse. But for whatever reason, like I said, he decided, I guess, just to not go through with it. Luckily, and he was the only one that obviously killed himself. Was the only one that passed away at the park. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for another episode of Theme Park News. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about these news stories. And as always, everybody, thanks so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.